Welcome to Midday Maryland. I'm Elsa M.
And I'm Wyatt Everhart. Coming up on today's show, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry in the USA, vitamins and supplements. But do you really know what you're taking, and what are the best choices? We're getting answers from the Organic and Natural Health Association.
First of all, what is the Organic and Natural Health Association? What is its purpose?
So we created the organization a few years ago, essentially to, in one large part, to help consumers be able to sift through all this information that bombards you every day about whether supplements are good, bad, what you need to take, and how much you take. So that's what we wanted to do in an education campaign.
Okay, and you launched a campaign. It's called The Power of Nutrients. What's that all about?
Powerofnutrients.org is a place where consumers can go, the people all over the country, and be able to get information about omega-3, vitamin D, participate in a great study in terms of being able to monitor your own levels yourself, and also learn about all the other nutrients and how to get the food and supplements to make sure that you're getting as balanced a diet as you can, because you can't get all your nutrients from food anymore.
Okay, we all think of salmon as heart healthy, right?
Marine omega-3s are linked to so many health benefits, even beyond heart disease.
Well, not all salmon is created equal, okay? Quality wild salmon is expensive, and
you need to eat it about 3 times a week to get the amount of omega-3s, which isn't real reasonable for people.
Instead, try krill oil.
And it's digested much more easily, better absorbed, better retained.
You got to get the exercise in. The second piece is you're going to lose your gains if you stop in as little as a week. You'll lose all those gains, so you got to keep at it.
Got it. How does your diet play into that, by the way?
Diet's a big deal, right? I mean, you know, when you look at things like vegetables, lean proteins, if you're not going to eat things like fish, you got to take some fish oil. Omega-3s are important. If you're not going to eat vegetables, drink your vegetables, right? You got to get that vegetables in there to get the minerals and get all that alkalinizing effect that it has.
Yeah.
So it's important on what you're doing with your diet.
Omega-3 fatty acids is another one. Now, it's counterintuitive that you would eat fat to lose fat, but you actually do. So this is the healthiest type of fat that we can consume. Sugar and carbs are our main evil things as far as causing, fat. But they found that omega-3 fatty acids actually work genetically activated gene that can cause you to burn more than 400 more calories a day.
That's impressive.
So the wild mackerel extracted into these capsules, is that right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of different cold water fishes that are used for the omega-3 extractions, and these are an example of just a basic omega-3 fish oil.
One of the other studies I'm so excited about is that of omega-3. So the studies are showing that when your omega-3 levels are low, guess what? Your melatonin levels are also low. So you want to make sure you consider your omega-3 at bedtime. There's also a website called nutrientpower.com where you can actually check your omega-3 level percentage, which is actually key, so that you can see where are you. It's from 2% to 12%, and it's a wonderful place to kind of go and get some education around it.
I recently switched to krill, and I've had amazing effects. As a matter of fact, I actually got tested recently for my omega-3s. There's a new omega-3 test kit that's out there, and it's really important to find out, because we know now that there's certain health risks that present themselves when you don't have enough omega-3s in your body. So the scale goes from like 2 to 12, and I was a 10. And so I think I'm classified now as a whale or a dolphin. I don't know.
Talk a little bit about the importance of having those particular, the vitamin D and the omega-3. What are the benefits of having high levels of those?
It's really astounding what the research is starting to prove. One of my favorite studies was done in South Carolina on a group of pregnant women. And when their vitamin D levels were in that sweet spot between 40 and 60, preterm births decreased in number by 60%.
Wow.
For me, as an OBGYN, vitamin D is really something to be alerted to, in that there has been associations of preterm labor in women who are vitamin D deficient. So from my standpoint, that's really why I'm looking at it. But from anyone who isn't pregnant, vitamin D deficiency not only can be seen in people that are living in an urban environment, but if you have darker skin tones, if you have a vegetarian lifestyle, if you are morbidly obese, these are all certain clinical entities which can predispose you to having low vitamin D. Now, there are multiple ways in which you can evaluate your levels. You can have your doctor do it, or you can do it yourself. There is a website by the name of nutrientpower.org, which will tell you not only about a lot of the vitamin deficiencies and everything that goes along with that. But they also will talk about a self-test kit that you can get where you can test your own levels.
So is there anything that people can do in their 20s, 30s, and 40s to help prevent Alzheimer's?
Sure. So that could be a very long story, but I'll tell you there's some key nutrients that are important, things like vitamin D. You want to have your levels checked, and it should be roughly between 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter.
Do you know what your vitamin levels are? And most people don't. It's become much more prevalent that physicians will take a measure of your vitamin D level and will report that back to you. And many people then just move on and walk through life with it. I believe she said that I had a low vitamin D level. Mm-hmm. So what happens is that we don't know if we're really deficient in all these nutrients. We aren't really certain how much we should take. And if we're not managing the information around what our levels change to be, we're really left in the dark with as little information as when we started.
Vitamin D, now we've heard a lot about that, and now what we understand is it works like a hormone in our body, and it's important for the cell function for every single cell. And when it's low, which it is low in 80% of people in the United States.
Especially when you live in a cloudy place.
That's right. It increases your risk of many different kinds of diseases, including heart disease. So you want to get it up to a therapeutic dose, and the only way you know what your levels are is to get it checked. And so you don't actually even need to go to a doctor's office for that. You can order this kit off the internet on a site called powerofd.org. It has all the instructions for you, and you can check your own levels.
We are living longer, but the question becomes, are we living better? And the answer is no, we're not living better. Mm-hmm. So, and it's not only a burden to the person because they're not doing the things that they want to do, is a burden to society and our economy and everything else that comes along with it. So I think with integrative medicine, one of our main goals is prevention. How do you live longer, and not only live longer, live functionally and live where you're still performing well?
We're partnered with our member Nature Time on this event under the banner of Power of Nutrients. And part of what we do is we do information sourcing for you that gives you people like Dr. Mercola, Drs. Espinoza and Cohen this morning, and David Foreman this afternoon. So it's a pleasure and an honor to be here. You might have seen literature on your chairs about our campaign to get your vitamin D and omega-3 levels tested.
You've got to move. You've got to eat the right foods, of course. Now remember, you can't out-exercise your mouth. So you can be exercising like a fanatic, like I'm doing 4 or 5 hours a day, and then eat poorly and think that's going to be enough to compensate, but it's not. You have to eat healthy. So is everyone ready? All right, let's go to those mitochondria. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you do it with 2 hands. I just got a microphone. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.